Hey guys, Marshall here with another episode. This is kind of a lead up episode to what I'd like to be talking about this week. Um, and that is this. I'm not sure how many chakras there are, but there's a bunch of maybe like, I don't know, 7 or 8. But it's just kind of, for me, this whole thing about understanding the chakras, which is a very like spiritual concept. Um, and they're like the alignment in your body, your soul, and everything. And this is kind of something new that I never even thought about. And even like, I feel like if someone told me this stuff when I was younger, I would just like kind of brush it off and not really believe in it or anything, or believe it makes sense. But over the course of being alive for a long time, the just these concepts that just awaken your spirit and create enthusiasm and energy and everything like that, they just make sense. And I feel like there's a lot of people that think that spirituality is just kind of, you know, believing in whatever religion you believe in, which is good, because there's also concepts there that um, can improve your spirituality and can improve your grounding in a way. But also this chakra thing, it almost all it it I'm sure there's some connection with really every religion and the way that you're expressing and everything. So the chakras, it seems like something that is a way to explain the best way to improve your spirit. And one person that I've just sort of kind of opened my eyes recently uh, is a mentor. I'm not going to say his name because I don't really know. I'm not going to name drop him. Um, he had this sort of belief that he could whenever he ends his life, whenever his life ends, not when he ends his life, whenever his life ends, he believes that he wants to be able to take with him the strongest spirit possible. And I just think about how great of a idea that is, to just always work towards creating this unified, aligned spirit inside you, um, full of expressiveness, um, and in a way, who knows? Maybe it would kind of transcend you to the afterlife and have a strong spirit and everything like that. So there's all kinds of different blockages each of these chakras have, from what I read, and I'm just going to start with the crown chakra, which is supposedly the connection with your mind, really. And I think that it's also called, like, whenever you think of the frequencies of each of the chakras, that's the God frequency. Um, so all these have their own frequency also, where you can use the frequency as an aid to open up your mind and everything. The crown chakra is one with everything. No negative traits, no ego, no desire for material things, no attachments to anything. And this sort of concept, I've been hearing a lot about recently, where uh, people people are very attached to uh, a specific reason that makes them successful or whatever, when we really should just kind of accept who we are as a great person, and then just practice whatever it is to sort of achieve a greater self in a way. And so uh, some people will think, I'm going to be successful if I get this promotion, or I'm going to, and so these sort of things, these sort of like, these are not really spiritual things in a way. I mean, they will help push you, but they're more like desires, and they're not really in the core of who you are necessarily. But they can help, they can help mold you in a way. But it's not really the core to you. And it's sort of attaching yourself to an outcome or whatever. You know what I mean? So the crown chakra has no real attachment to the outcome, really. No desire for those materialistic things, which is a really good idea too, because really successful people, millionaires, most millionaires, if you read the book, The Millionaire Next Door, it'll tell you about these really successful people that don't buy materialistic things. They're more focused on compounding their money, and so it's just, so they have these sort of investment lifestyles where it's just always about putting their money back into something, and it's not something that just like makes them feel better for a certain amount of time. You know, they got that Lamborghini or whatever. That's sort of just a confusing thing at times. Like, you want to get that nice car, all of a sudden you get that nice car, and then you're just like, well, what now? And then what you really should be asking yourself is, why did I even get that nice car? What is the real purpose behind that? Do I really need to get somewhere really fast? Do I need to get somewhere 200 miles per hour? So I got some flies flying around me, man. It's nighttime here in late July here in Pennsylvania. I'm probably getting eaten alive here. So, okay, back to the crown chakra. This is like they symbolize that as being the top, the crown chakra, the mind, really, universal consciousness, all-knowing, cosmic connection, the God source. What is something about gateway to other dimensions? See, that sort of that part of it would really, that'd be something where people would be like, okay, you lost me at gateway to other dimensions. This stuff doesn't make any sense. Which I don't necessarily know that that's going to be true. You know, you're not going to find some gateway to another dimension. Maybe if you did perform all the chakras perfectly, you'd have some sort of magical spiritual awakening going into the afterlife or whatever. I don't know, but but back to the first parts of that, universal consciousness, a connection with the universe, and so this is just something I think, well, you could probably strive for. You know, bettering your connection with the universe in ways, improving your spirit, avoiding the ego, and avoiding the negative traits. This is like the crown jewel of the chakras. I think this is how you progress to. This is like the best you can possibly be, is to. And there's some certain blockages to this. Where whether you're ungrounded or impractical, indecisive, you have difficulty finishing things, no common sense, depressed, alienated, confused, cut off from the spirituality, plagued by meaningless, grandiose, delusional dissociation of the spiritual side, mind aimless, individualistic, disconnect from earth. So I guess if you really don't have any sense of meaning in the world, this is something that you probably can't really achieve. This crown jewel of the chakras, this heightened sense of living, and there's all these blockages. You should probably be looking at why am I not ungrounded? Why am I not practical? Why am I not decisive? Why can't I finish things? Why don't I have common sense? Why am I depressed? So all of these blockages, you should be looking at whether it's trauma that's blocking you. Why am I alienated? Do I have trauma that I need to like address? Is that why I'm being alienated, or I'm alienating myself? Why am I blocking out spirituality, um, maybe that it's maybe you don't exactly understand whatever it is that you think is necessarily making you spiritual. Maybe you need to, you know, look at these chakras in a way and find a way to, you know, make sense of how you can improve your spirit. And so that one right there, improving your spirituality, that would be something that helps you rise above the meaninglessness, the depression, this like resistance to your spiritual side, which I feel like there'd be a lot of people. I would be, you know, let's say I'm talking to people about these chakras. Um, there'd be a lot of people that probably would be resistant to these ideas. They'd probably be like, I am this religion. I don't need any chakras. They, for whatever reason, they could probably come up with some reason, you know, that they don't need to improve their spirituality. It's like, I'm going to church every Sunday. I don't need your chakras. And I mean, I maybe they don't need the chakras. Maybe they are someone that's detached from the ego and magically geared their life towards, you know, completing the crown chakra, um, or aiming towards a crown chakra. Maybe they did. Maybe, but I'm pretty sure most people don't. Most people have that confusion, have that depression, where they're not finding a way to sort of improve their spirituality. And that's something that I'm really trying to work on too. I want to figure out um, how to use this to my advantage. Um, yeah, that's for the most part, that's the one that we're going to be covering today. The crown chakra. That is a 963 frequency, but also we're not exactly talking about the frequency really, but that does also remind me of something I heard recently where it talked about uh, like your mind being like a radio, and you just kind of interpret frequencies, light waves and sound waves, and so you really select whatever station your mind's on, and you'll sort of absorb different things. And so this may be one thing that's also adding to the disconnection. If you're not willing to sort of tune your frequency to connect with self-development, if you will, that's something I'm trying to tune my frequency towards, and just trying to really figure out why my mind works a certain way. How can I improve it? How can I figure out how to detach myself from these desires for things that aren't really healthy desires, or just like really just practice things and just improve myself and not worry about some reason or some way to complete that process. It's like away from the type of thinking that is reasoning towards an end result, and that's going to be your fulfilling prophecy, if you will. You don't really need it's great to have goals, but as soon as you hit that goal, do you have another goal behind that goal? What is the end? What are you trying to complete? No matter what, you know. Hopefully that's your spirit in a way. Hopefully that's something that can be improved the rest of your life. A lot of people can become complacent with their spirituality. I like to find ways where I can improve it, but I don't. But that doesn't mean that I want to go on some nature retreat to the point where I never experience other people's human lives or anything, or don't affect other people's lives. So it's not exactly this isn't the all complete way to think. This isn't. There's so many ways you can look at this stuff and be like, well, I could just not do anything. Well, that's not what I'm trying to say. You should always be looking towards goals, but the goals have to make sense in your mind, and related to your spirit in a way, or else you'll just have this big disconnect, and you'll be so lethargic. You'll go through the world like in apathy, where you just don't have any emotions, and you're just like, oh, my life sucks, I can't control it, everything's out of my control. You have to avoid this by improving your mind, body, and soul. And so we're gonna look at some other chakras this week, and we're gonna see what else we can learn about spirituality, and a different angle on spirituality, which I can't even tell you what to call these concepts. But to me, it just seems like they're just beliefs towards a more unified spirit and more unified mind, and that's what I just call it for now. I think that's all. I mean, all I need to really call it for now. That's gonna be it today. The next several videos are all gonna be about chakras, unless I have something magical that comes up. But yeah, we're gonna keep exploring this, guys. So yeah, maybe you could hit next and check out the next video, or like and subscribe the video if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. And yeah, stay strong. Find that spirituality in a way. Find a way to enhance it. Find a way to strengthen yourself, guys. I'll see you next time.